Good morning. Welcome to Gimpy's History Corner. I'm called Gimpy by this little guy. This is my grandson Archie eating some snow the other day. Remember eating snow when you were a kid? My mother used to make homemade snow, or homemade ice cream from snow, I should say. Get some nice clean snow from the backyard, put it in a pot and mix it with some vanilla and some sugar, maybe some cream. Good stuff. Okay, so we're on video 155, and it's the history of encyclopedias. Got this idea by checking my library, and I've got several. The Young People's Encyclopedia of the United States. This is volume 3. Lots of pictures, of course, for young kids. Plant life. And I have this, the American Heritage Children's Dictionary, very similar. They call it a dictionary instead of an encyclopedia. It also has lots of good pictures for kids. And I have the Dorling Kindersley Picturepedia, it's called. People in the Past. It's a much thinner book. There's lots of pictures of people dressed up like old-timey people, explaining what they're doing in the American Civil War. I get these used for my grandkids in case they're interested. So far they have not been, because it's not electronic and it's not a video game, but maybe someday they'll find it interesting. Okay, so how did encyclopedias get started in our history? Encyclopedias have a 2,000-year history, evolving from ancient compilations of knowledge to modern digital repositories like Wikipedia. The first ones they know of were from Babylon and China. The Babylonian Glossary, it was called, and the Chinese Erya, E-R-Y-A, 3rd century BCE. They also know in Greek and Rome, Aristotle and a guy named Varro had 9 books. Aristotle had his own volumes of what he thought of as knowledge. And this Varro guy had 9 books of discipline, he called it. And a famous guy named Pliny the Elder wrote something called Naturalis Historia. So those were sort of like encyclopedias. That was just their attempt to write down what they think the people in the world knew at that time. Medieval encyclopedias, one was written by Isidore of Seville. It was called Etymology, 630 CE, 20 books of classical learning. And it had a religious and moral framework. It was more like a church knowledge. The Nuremberg Chronicles, 1493, was the first early printed encyclopedia. So this was after the printing press was invented. Enlightenment and modern era, 2 Frenchmen named Denis Diderot and Jean Le Rond Alabat wrote an encyclopedia of 28 volumes, 1751 to 1772. Now we're getting into something that resembles what we know of as an encyclopedia. And the world-famous Encyclopedia Britannica started in 1768. Until today, they still make them. It began in Scotland as a 3-volume set. Now I'd say the set is more like 25. My experience with the encyclopedia, when growing up, my neighbor was a school teacher, and on the side he sold encyclopedias. And my parents, being a good neighbor, bought a set from him. So we had the World Book Encyclopedia. And every year we would get a yearly update, all the things that happened during that past year. And I remember it sitting on the shelf that my brother made. My brother was an industrial arts teacher. Both my brothers were industrial arts teachers, by the way. And he made a very nice shelf for my parents, and it sat right there on the shelf. Our other types of encyclopedias are the Funk and Wagnalls and the Encyclopedia Americana. Now, if you go on Thrift Books today, which is a used book online store, you can find complete sets for not much money at all. They're not worth it. They're not worth anything. I don't know what happened to my parents' set. Maybe my sister took it when they cleaned out the house, probably. But I went to a professional convention in Washington, D.C. back in the day. And Peter Yarrow from Peter, Paul, and Mary, the singing group back in the 60s, he was promoting some program he'd started for education. And he was sponsored by one of these encyclopedia companies. So everybody who attended the conference got 2 complete sets for their school. So in the mail when I got home, big heavy box of encyclopedias for our library. Now, encyclopedias were used by myself and other young students for book reports and science reports and history reports. It was a good source of general information about anything you wanted to know. It was alphabetized, ABC, all the knowledge they have. It came under the letter A, was in there in the alphabetical order. Very similar to a dictionary, just expanded. Okay, what's happened in the digital age? Well, the first CD-ROM encyclopedia in the 20th century was put together by Microsoft, and it was called Encarta. And in the 21st century, online encyclopedias like Wikipedia revolutionized access, collaboration, editing, and instant updates. And traditional encyclopedias have shifted to digital-only formats. So the encyclopedias that I had, World Book and Encyclopedia Britannica, were put together by academic types, very smart people. Wikipedia can be put together by anybody. And I don't know if it's monitored by academics. I hope it is, to see if they say, hey, that's not right, we can't put that in there. But that's the complaint against Wikipedia by academics is it's not rigorously vetted and checked for accuracy. Anybody can put something in there. I've never put anything in for Wikipedia. I'll check it once in a while. I don't use it very often. But it's the best known encyclopedia type thing online today is Wikipedia. I've donated to Wikipedia before. Whether or not that was a smart thing to do, I don't know. So Wikipedia or encyclopedias mirror society's priorities. Is it religious? Is it reason, authority, or democracy? They've been all the 4 of those things. Visual contrast, they started out in scrolls back in the day, and screens, monks sitting down at tables and writing forever. And now it's Wikipedia. Experts changed with time. You started out the polymath, so like Aristotle was good at a lot of different things. Varro, Pliny the Elder. personally compiled all known knowledge. These few individual people. Now, they may have people helping them. Pliny might have had a staff, for all I know. Clerics and theologians, organized by church scholars. Monastic scribes, custodians of knowledge. Because not everybody could write in those days. It was just a few people who could write at all, or even understood language, written language. Humanist philosophers, and during the Enlightenment, humanists were non-religious philosophers. Then you got into academic specialists with advanced degrees in science and history, sociology, and all the different ologies of the world. And that's who came up with the encyclopedias. It had some credibility. You knew what was in there was most likely true because it had been researched and corroborated. And now we have Wikipedia. Anyone can contribute, and it's distrusted by academics. I've never found anything that's inaccurate in Wikipedia. I used to look up real quick who a person was that I read about. And now we have AI. I don't look on Wikipedia so much as I just type in a guy's name on my phone, and the AI tells me just real quickly a paragraph about who he is, or she, or it, an event, or a definition of a word. My phone has become my encyclopedia. My laptop on my desk has become my encyclopedia. So we've come a long way from the Babylonians, the Babylonian glossary, to a cell phone that has all the knowledge of the world in it. All you got to do is ask the right questions. And I get my information for these videos from a program called Copilot on my laptop on my desk. So I think we've come a long way. Hopefully we can use that information in a positive and constructive way. Okay, this is Thursday. Thursday morning means breakfast at Rosie's. Biscuits and gravy and bacon. Oh man, it's the best breakfast there is. See you there.